My wife said, I'm moving out tonight. Don't contact me again. I replied, fine. Then I canceled her credit cards and cut all financial support. 3 days later, she was at my door begging. My wife and I had been together for 10 years. Last Tuesday at 7 p.m., I was making pasta while Alexis sat on her phone, looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. Then, out of nowhere, I'm moving out tonight. I stopped stirring and looked at her. She wasn't even looking at me, still glued to her phone. Okay, I said. She finally looked up with surprise and annoyance. I wasn't causing a scene. That's it, okay? You said you're moving out. What am I supposed to do? Chain you up? I just need space. I'm not happy. Clearly, I said, nodding toward the half-packed duffel bag by the kitchen island. This wasn't spur of the moment. She'd been planning this. I'm serious, Logan. I'll get my things later. Don't contact me. I'll contact you when I'm ready to talk about the rest. Fine, I said. She grabbed her bag, purse, and keys to the car I'd paid off last year and walked out without a glance back. Door clicked. Silence. I sat there numb for 10 minutes, watching pasta water boil over. Then clarity hit me. She wanted out. Her decision. Fine. My turn to make decisions. I grabbed my laptop. First, her supplementary Amex Platinum linked to my account. She loved that card. Cancelled. Reason. Cardholder no longer authorized. Next, her Visa. Also supplementary. Gone. Then the automatic monthly transfer. A generous sum from my checking to her personal account for self-care, since her part-time styling job didn't cover her expensive tastes. Cancelled. Phone plan. Disabled international roaming for her inspiration trips. It wasn't anger. It was consequences. She wanted out. Fine. She was out all the way. She couldn't have the freedom and my financial safety net. I ate burnt pasta alone and slept surprisingly well. 3 days of blessed quiet followed. I tidied up, ditched her clutter, watched my shows on the big TV. Then 9 p.m. Thursday. Insistent knocking. Through the peephole. Alexis. Flustered. Hair messy. Wearing a generic hoodie instead of designer clothes. Logan, she said breathlessly when I opened the door. Alexis, I replied calmly, like she was a neighbor asking for sugar. My card was declined. The Amex at dinner. It was so embarrassing. Right, I said. I canceled it. Her jaw dropped. You what? Why? You moved out, Alexis said. Don't contact me. That card was for my household. You're not part of it anymore. Your choice. But I needed that. I had dinner with Vincent. Vincent, her friend who apparently wasn't paying. Interesting. Sounds like a you and Vincent problem, I said, staying in the doorway. Logan, this isn't fair. I need money. My visa isn't working either. Also canceled, I confirmed. And the monthly transfer didn't come through. She wailed, tears starting. Correct. That was your allowance as my wife, living in my home, part of our life. You ended that arrangement. For a moment, I saw vulnerability flicker across her face. A decade gone with a casual, fine. Then I remembered her face glued to that phone, casually nuking our marriage without discussion. You can't just cut me off, she insisted. We're married. We are, and I'm not touching marital assets. Your car is yours, paid off. Your personal bank account is yours. This house is mine, premarital. The credit cards were supplementary on my accounts. The allowance was a gift, not an obligation. But I need things, expenses, talk to Vincent, or increase your boutique hours. Her face twisted with fury and disbelief. I can't believe you're doing this. After you walked out with no discussion, no warning, just don't contact me, I pushed off the door frame. You made your bed, Alexis. Lie in it without my thread count. Real sobbing started then. Please, Logan, just until I get on my feet. Turn the cards back on for a week. No, that door is closed. You closed it. Her face hardened through the tears. You'll regret this, Logan. Already regretting 10 years, Alexis. This is just housekeeping. I'll get a lawyer, she shrieked. You do that, I said gently, shutting the door. 2 months later, her lawyer's threats amounted to nothing since she'd abandoned the home and moved in with Vincent. She got a full-time job at a department store cosmetics counter, had to sell her car, and moved into a small shared apartment. Vincent wasn't wealthy, just a friend helping out who got tired of funding her old lifestyle once my support ended. She wanted independence. I gave her exactly that.